welcome to this interview. This interview is on behalf of Guindy Times, the official campus magazine of College of Engineering Guindy, SAP, and ACT. So I would like to start off this interview by saying that we have two very talented individuals amongst us today, and they've really grabbed a great opportunity to intern with the company of Morgan Stanley. So without further elongating this introduction, I would like to ask the interviewees today themselves to introduce themselves. Can we please have you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, myself, I'm Shruthi, currently pursuing computer science, and I'm into my final year. So I have been interning with Morgan Stanley for 2 months, and I got my pre-placement offer in Morgan Stanley. So thank you for Guindy Times for interviewing me and giving this great opportunity for me to share my experience with others so that they can get benefited from that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So hi, I'm Sri Akshaya. I'm from IT department. Currently, I'm in final year, I could say. Just now our exam got over. And as she said, I also did a 2-month internship at Morgan Stanley, and I also got a pre-placement offer. And thank you so much for Guindy Times for letting us share our experience. And I'm not very sure if I'm the right person to give proper advice to the younger ones, but yeah, I'll just say what just happened to me.
Thank you, Ka. We have two very humble people amongst us today. So with that, I would like to first ask you, how exactly would you introduce Morgan Stanley to maybe somebody who is not familiar with the work of Morgan Stanley? To just give us an introduction to the audience, if possible.
Yes, actually, Morgan Stanley is a proper fintech company. Most of the students, I guess, would not have heard about that particular sector. Mostly, we'll be familiar with product-based company and service-based company. So, fintech companies generally are investment bankers. They are just like stock brokers, let's say. And I'm not sure if I'm using the proper terms, but yeah, I guess they are like stock brokers, and their customers are not general public.
Yes, that is actually a proper explanation. It's like there are a lot of banks, we have a lot of banks coming to our college. But one thing that distinguishes Morgan Stanley is that, as she told, we don't do customer banking. Like Morgan Stanley doesn't do customer banking. Like we don't provide financial advice to public. So we have some certain criteria which which the person who needs a financial advice meets, so that we could help them telling them where to invest and how it will be in the future. So this is and also one thing to note is an American bank. This is not an Indian bank, but it's an American bank. That's it.
All right. Thank you for that informative introduction. All right. So I want to jump into the interesting part, right? The preparation strategy. How was the preparation for both of you, and what all do you think people should take away from that process?
Okay, I'll go first. So I have told this in a lot of webinars, I guess, but the main thing is consistency, because what I saw people doing and what was different with me is that I started late. To be honest, I started really late because I was not a person who did competitive programming right from my first year or the sophomore year, not even. So I started late in my quarantine, maybe May, or not even May, I can say May end. So I started it, but since then I was very consistent. I didn't leave a day. I cannot say that this day I didn't do coding, because I know I started late. So I was very consistent until I got Morgan Stanley, because Morgan Stanley came pretty late, I guess. Like we had the online test in August, and we had our interview only at September 18th. So it's a pretty long gap, right? So what made me like stay consistent is that gap only, because I was not getting companies in that gap, and we all feel bad, right? Like, why didn't we get, but we are studying. But that didn't make me lose hope that we should stop doing it and continue. Let's see into placements and all. Just keep doing whatever you do. You do arrays or graphs or something, but keep doing every day. Try to code some 1 or 2 problems. At least, even if it's for shop span, it's fine. Like as I said, I didn't prepare not more than 3-4 months. So this is my preparation. But once I started, I was very consistent with that.
Right, consistency.
Okay, so I think I didn't put that much effort as she said. I don't know, but actually I used to do competitive programming almost like a year, like from second year, I used to just do it because like I am not a proper studious person and all. So I just used to do competitive programming for fun. Like I'm not bragging at all, but I just used to do it for fun. But later, when internship things and all properly started, even I got rejected in the first few companies. And in scope of preparation, I think you have to just keep solving problems all the time. Like they say there are some other important stuff like projects and other theoretical concepts and all, but once if you're strong in competitive programming, I don't think any other thing could stop you from getting a proper offer and all. So you just have to keep practicing, and you can just do it for fun. That's my point. Like you don't have to fix that I need this company or I have to get this. You can just do it for fun. It will be pretty interesting, I guess.
All right. Is there any specific source or maybe any resources that you feel are useful for maybe competitive programming or interview related programming for preparation purpose?
Okay, I'll take this. I think the best website to practice competitive programming is Codeforces and LeetCode. I think once if you attend 2 or 3 interviews, you will just understand the pattern. Like generally in online round, they won't ask a very frequently asked question. It will be sort of tricky. Let's say like there will be one optimized solution which you have to get it to make it pass all the cases. So to get the hold of that, you have to practice a lot in code courses. And for lead code will also help you, but it is mostly for face-to-face interviews. That is like a set of frequently asked questions. It will get repeated almost for most of the product companies. Let me say, even in my case, I got one of the problems which I saw in the list for my interview. So yeah, if you are thorough with that list, I think you'll be able to solve it.
All right. Shruti, anything to add to that? Or...
No, I don't think so. I am not used to code forces because honestly, whenever I go into code forces, I see the problem and it's like, what is this? I don't even understand the question. I come back. I used to use Lead Code and Geeks for Geeks. So as said, like there is a pattern for every company. Like not all company, it's like they're gonna ask different questions. They'll be having some standard questions which they'll ask every year. So once you get into Geeks for Geeks and read the interview experience or must do's of Geeks for Geeks, you'll understand what they want, like what they'll ask. But I'm pretty sure in online round, the thing you studied won't be coming. There'll be a variation in the question. Say, for example, you study something related to sorting. Not exactly sorting will be coming in the online round. Some variation of that. It's not like I studied this, so that will be coming in the online test, because online tests are meant to filter you out for the interview. So they'll definitely have a variation in that question, which may be tricky, as said by Akshaya. So that is one thing. So one thing is that keep practicing so that you can develop your own logic and you can implement it.
All right. Thank you for that. So apart from a preparation point of view, is there anything that a student should keep in mind? Maybe things like your resume or anything that's external apart from the work that we put in, that we have to like keep in mind before we enter the intern process?
I'll take this. I'll say confidence and as told consistency, because when you enter the intern process, all of you, like all of the students who are attending this process wants to get an intern in some big companies, like a big shot. But that is not the case, because they are going to hire only a few people and not all of the CSIT and everybody are not going to get the internship. So just remember, whatever you do, that doesn't stop here. Like if you don't get the intern also, your preparation must not stop there, because you're doing it not to get an intern. You're just developing your problem solving skills. If you're doing CP, you're developing your problem solving skills. If you're learning something like DBMS, OS, and OOPS and all, you're developing you technically. But please don't stop. Like I didn't get intern, so I'm not, I'm not good at this. So let me try a different track. Everything takes time. I've seen people. Exactly now, I saw a girl who got her internship late, and she got a PPO in a really a big short company. So things like that happen for sure. So just wait and keep your confidence up, because when things are getting late, sometimes you will have your confidence very low, which will in turn affect your interview and in turn affect your academic progress too. So please keep your confidence up and please keep trying. So that's from my side.
Okay. So I think she covered most of it. As she said, I think confidence is very important. Like at that moment, you should be like in a state where if given a question, I will give my best. Like I'll attempt the best possible thing that could come out of me. So something like that. Confidence is very very important. Apart from that, I would say we shouldn't compare. You shouldn't compare yourself with any other student. Like she got something, she started late, she got something, why not me? Something like that. You don't know what she did behind the screen, or something even good may be waiting for you. So yeah, compare. You shouldn't compare. But other than that, I think you should be in a state you should be very confident, and you shouldn't compare. I think that would be sufficient. This is not very stressful period and all, and this is not end of life. You're just learning something new and you're experiencing something new. That's it.
That is one thing for sure. Something good is definitely waiting for you. Like we realized it really. So please wait for that moment. That's it.
It feels really good listening to this. And with that, I want to go to the next question. Is there anything in specific that maybe you prepared for Morgan Stanley, or was the preparation like same as what you had done before?
Okay, I think I'll take this. I didn't prepare anything specifically for Morgan Stanley. I just did CP, like the usual thing what I used to do for preparation. But before I came, when I came to know that I got selected for the face-to-face interview round and all, I had a fear that being a fintech company, I should know some financial jargons to attend the interview. Like, what if the interviewer comes and asks, oh, what does Morgan Stanley do? Do you know anything about Morgan Stanley? I seriously had no answers for that. I just kept preparing these, but I think students can just see what that company is, or they can just go through the previous intern or interview experience, what others have given in Reach for Reach or any other platforms. Maybe that would be a good practice, I guess. They can know what sort of questions they are asking. So reading a particular interview experience for that particular company before attending it would be helpful sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, in my case also, it's the same. Like I didn't do any specific preparation until I knew that I got shortlisted for the face-to-face round. But I think I had 2 days for the preparation. Like 16th I got shortlisted, 18th was my interview. So 2 days seemed really huge for me for getting a grasp of what Morgan Stanley is and what they'll ask. So entire 2 days I spent reading the Geeks for Geeks interview experience. Like there were a lot, like 38 to 40 sets of interviews. But only after reading that, I grasped a common pattern, like what the questions will be like. They'll be, as said, they'll be like common questions, common areas of OOPS or DBMS they'll be asking again and again. So that 2 days was enough for me to sense what they'll ask, and that really helped me a lot in the interview. Because one such example would be I never expected a system design question in my previous interviews before this. But when I read the Morgan Stanley experience, I saw that Morgan Stanley is keen on asking design questions, and I got one in my interview too. So that helped me a lot to guess what they're going to ask in my interview. So I think you can try it out. If you have time, you can definitely read the experiences and just take the common pattern.
Okay, that was pretty helpful. All right. So I wanted to ask you, how was the work experience at Morgan Stanley once you got the opportunity? How was it? How did it go?
I'll take this definitely. Apart from, I don't know about others, but our experience or even my experience is like Morgan Stanley has a very good planning. Internship planning is very good. Like they won't leave us idle for even a moment. I can say I'm not saying that it's overwhelming work, but it's like every day is a learning. You can learn everywhere in Morgan Stanley. They have a proper training process. They have a proper guiding, and you'll be assigned a buddy and all, and your project will be proper. Your project will be used in future too. So it's like definitely you're developing something which is going to be of great use to the company. That feel is different, right? You're developing something as an intern, and that's going to be definitely used by the people in the company. So they have planned it out very well, and I don't think I have any regrets in my work experience. It is well and good, like one very good experience. So that is from my side.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just add a few points to that. So what my experience, this was the first proper corporate experience for me as well. So before joining, they gave a proper list of topics that we should be familiar with. So I think that was very useful for me because I didn't know anything else other than DS algo stuff. So there were like front end technologies, database related stuff, and everything. So there were few mandatory ones, and they gave tests for that also. Like before these all happened before our internship period started. So that was like a proper head start. So once we got to know what our project was and what technologies we had to use in our project, it was really useful. Like if they hadn't done that, we'll be like everything would be like reconsidered for us at that time. So yeah, even from the first day till the last day, everyone in my team was sort of hyperactive, especially my manager. She was very active. Like on the first day, she gave me my problem statement and she clearly explained what she is expecting from me. And also, it is not something to worry about because she also gave what work I have to complete in that particular week. She used to meet with me 3 times in a week and set proper deadlines. So all you have to do is just follow what they are saying, and there was space for my development as well. Like something, if I give some ideas, she wouldn't hesitate to add that in my project and stuff. So to sum it up, I think I learned a lot during this process, and it was pretty fun, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add one other thing. Morgan Stanley, I can distinguish Morgan Stanley from all the other, even product-based and fintech, the culture. You will, inside of Morgan Stanley, it's a kind of flat hierarchy. You can talk to anyone, any big leaders. It's like you can go to Skype, just type in the MD's number, you can just ping him and talk to him. That kind of reachability is in Morgan Stanley. I have never heard other people say that, like from other firms. But that reachability, I can say that is the one which distinguishes Morgan Stanley from other. The work culture, maybe. So that is one very good thing about Morgan Stanley.
Okay, that was amazing to hear. So finally, one question that I wanted to ask to both of you was, if you could say, I know you've already given a lot of advice, but in one statement, if you could sum up an advice to anybody who's watching or any junior who is about to enter the intern process, what would it be?
I would say always keep your heads up. That's it. No matter what, even if you didn't get your dream company, or even if you didn't get intern also, stay confident and keep your heads up throughout the process. And guys, like the honest point is, even if your preparation doesn't yield any fruit in this internship, that is definitely going to be a great asset in placement. The next day you'll be attending placements, right? So that is going to be a greatest impact. Really, this preparations, don't get it stop here itself. That is one thing. Stay confident and you'll get it. Definitely you'll get it. One day or the other.
Okay, I think even in my case, I just got lucky to get this good offer, I guess. So mainly, you have to just keep practicing. You don't have to fix like I want this company. If you don't get that, you need not feel worried at all because you don't know what is coming after this, or you don't know what's gonna happen after this gets over. So you have to just keep practicing, and definitely, if you do that, you will get a pretty good offer. And yeah, I think if it is possible to me, it should be possible to anyone. Yeah, yes.
Both of you are just lovely, or so motivating and humble. It was great talking to both of you. And before I forget, what do you think about the Intern Diaries initiative of Guindy Times?
I have been actually viewing it, I think, right from last year, because I've been, keeping track of Guindy Times always. Sometimes I will go to your website and see the diaries and blogs what you've written. It's a really nice initiative because, like, for example, we all have experiences, but only thing the problem is that we can share only to the people who ask to us. So when you conduct interviews like this, it will reach more people. So more people can get benefited from this. So I really love this initiative. First of all, Intern Diaries, I think you can reach out a lot of people from other department and other non-circuit departments too, and do it. Definitely it's going to be useful for everyone.
Yeah, as she said, I have also watched a few Intern Diaries episodes before my internship, during my internship period and all. So I think it mainly introduces a company to the students, like what that company does, or how are the people working there. I think students get to know what exactly happening inside a company. That is pretty great, actually. And I think especially doing this particular series during the internship interview time is very good. I think it would motivate a lot of people, I guess. So yeah, this is a great initiative, and I should congratulate you for doing that. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for spending your time with us. Thank you for giving us all of this knowledge. So with that, I want to thank you both for attending the interview, and I would like to thank everybody who's been watching this video. So yes, with that, I would like to conclude this interview. Thank you.